Manchester United have stunned Liverpool. Manchester United have stunned me. A momentous day for Ruben Amorim. A momentous day in the Premier League title race. We need to explore now exactly what it means for Manchester United, exactly what it means for the Ruben Amorim project, and exactly what it means for Liverpool's desperation to hold on to their title. The best person in the world that I could go through this with and really get into the fine details of the magnitude of this fixture is Mr. Oladipo. Welcome, sir. No time for platitudes, no time for anything else. We've just got to go straight in the deep end here.
Agreed.
You're a Liverpool fan. You were in bits watching that game. I'm going to ask you brutally, can Liverpool still win the league?
Yes.
How?
Yeah.
Let's just put the cards on the table. Liverpool have lost 3 league games in a row. They've lost 4 games in a row for the first time since Brendan Rodgers in 2014. 4 defeats in a row, 3 of them in the league. I would have said that Liverpool could lose 3-4 games all season.
Yeah.
They've lost 3 in the last 3. How, Addy, can you genuinely rationalise that they're capable of retaining a league?
Only because you look at the table and look, by performances, you're right, we're a million miles off. We've been a million miles off since the season started. I was going to say the results shouldn't shock you, but they should shock you. But if you watch Liverpool every single game, you know we've only probably played a couple of good 45 minutes here and there. Bournemouth springs to mind, Everton first half springs to mind, that's it. And I've always said, surely it can't get any worse, and obviously today did. But you look at the table, and what, we 4 or 5 points behind Arsenal?
Yeah, 4. It's only 4 points.
Only 4 points, considering how bad we played. And there's a part of me that thinks, surely it can't go on this long for Salah. Surely Kirkes can't be this bad. Surely, do you know what I mean? Surely Isak is the 120 million pound striker we got.
The problem is, it's getting worse. And today, like, what happened at Crystal Palace was bad. What happened at Stamford Bridge off the back of what happened at Crystal Palace was worse. What happened in the Ataturk off the back of the other 2 was worse. And now this, not only is it compounded to being the worst because it's happened again and again and again, but it happened at home and it happened against Manchester United.
That's the issue, isn't it? I mean, European game away at Galatasaray, the intimidation of the fans. You can almost, I'm trying to find excuses. You can. Crystal Palace at the time unbeaten in 17. You can find excuses. Enzo Maresca, Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, always been a tough place for Liverpool to go. You can find excuses. Manchester United at home, when we haven't lost to them in 10 at home, you can't find excuses.
And
you can't find excuses.
You're 1-0 down after a minute. You're 1-0 down after a minute. Like, where's the concentration? Where's the respect for the occasion?
You always concede.
You always
concede. I mean, it's a back. You look at the back 5 last season. The back 5 last season is Robertson, it's Alisson, Kelleher to an extent, but it's Alisson, it's Konate, it's Van Dijk, it's Trent. The reason I mentioned that, you look at the back 5 today, it's Mamadashvili, it's Kirkes, it's Bradley, and it's an off Boyle Konate. It's a completely different back 5. Yeah. No one knows each role. Van Dijk clearly doesn't have no trust in Kirkes. He doesn't really trust his stablemate in Konate, and he certainly doesn't trust young Bradley. And Mamadashvili, I don't know if he's good or not.
And, though, this is where it got even worse. I just couldn't believe it. You got back in the game. Like, everything that we know about Liverpool, everything that we know about Slot, everything that we know about this version of Liverpool, Mohamed Salah's Liverpool, you get back in the game, whether it's against the run of play or not, you find yourself 1-0. Who's going to go for the jugular? Who's got the momentum? Who's got the Anfield crowd? Who's got the cop? They scored immediately.
Mate, you know, when that happened, I think I said to you straight away, I said, okay, he needs to get control of it now. Like, it's 1-0, it's 15 minutes to go. It doesn't need to be basketball football. And that's where you look at Van Dijk and Salah, okay, guys, let's breathe a little bit. We've got 6 strikers on. Let's kind of get a formation going here. Like, one thing about Slot to Klopp, and look, people used to dig at Klopp for this, but I used to love it. Heavy metal football was the Klopp thing, right? And Slot kind of came into the club and he brought a little bit of, it's all slowed down a bit more concentration. He's turned into heavy metal football himself. Like, it's literally, from minute 1, it was basketball. And I'm like, what's going on here? What are we doing?
I can't believe it.
Well, I don't know what's going on.
I can't work it out. I can't work it out with Liverpool. I can't work out the players that are playing for Liverpool, and they're playing so below par, so below what we expect from them. But equally, Manchester United, they elevated their performances. They raised the tide at the club. And it now makes you wonder, is there a world where they could use this result
No.
as a galvanising force? Does it change anything?
Not really. I know it's 2 in a row for the first time since Ruben Amorim's been manager, and look, that's a big thing. But they've had good performances this season, then they've lost. I mean, they beat you boys. I know Sanchez got sent off, then they lost to Brentford. So Man United, it's a win, then it's a defeat, or a draw, then it's a win, it's a defeat. I think this is more about Slot than Amorim. And look, you've got to give Amorim credit. Going to Anfield's incredible and getting a result. But I think this is more about Slot, who we gave a lot of credit for getting it right with the substitutions last season, getting it right tactically. Mate, he's all over the place. He's all over the place with what he's doing. Like, you bought Kirkes, and Kirkes looks a shell of himself. You bought Frimpong as a right back, and you're playing Szoboszlai there instead of him sometimes. You don't know what you're doing with Salah. You've bought this genius, and I still think it's a genius in verts that you're using off the bench. You spent 110 million on him, and you have no idea what to do with him.
He is a class act, though. He is a class
Slot
act.
Or what?
I rate Slot incredibly highly as well, and I'm certainly not ready to have any weird conversations about Slot. Certainly not.
Why not?
He's too good. He's proved to be too good.
He lost 4 in a row.
Lost 4 in a row. I mean, Guardiola lost 9 out of 11 last season. And
yeah,
obviously,
Guardiola had a treble and about 4 doubles to back him.
Slot is beyond. Absolutely not.
You're
feeling emotional because
of the
problem.
No, I am. Of course, it's Man United. It's at home. But the issue is, you spend 400 million in the summer. Liverpool don't do that.
Yeah.
Liverpool, I mean, look, we spend money. But we don't spend that amount of money in one hit.
No, it was Galactico-like. But it's not really about that. Like, why is Van Dijk not playing to the level that he is supposed to? Was he at fault for Brian Mbeumo's opener? Fastest goal in that fixture? Where was he?
A bit.
What's Konate doing?
Yeah, if you look at what's happened with that goal, Van Dijk actually looks over at Konate like, okay, you get there. Because he knows he can't get there.
No, but I think Konate was supposed to have played the offside trap.
Yeah.
He didn't step up. There isn't that understanding.
Mate, there was a massive debate amongst Liverpool fans pre-game. Should it be Joe Gomez and Van Dijk? That's all kind of, we've all dropped down.
They were a great partnership a few years ago.
They were a great partnership, and although Joe Gomez maybe at his best isn't as good as Konate's best, Konate's dropped so far down that Joe will give you a 6 or 7 and be solid. Like, Konate's a shell of himself. I actually thought he had a decent game, actually, Konate. But then it's him at the back post for Maguire to score in as well. So it's ultimately 2 Konate mistakes and 2 goals.
It's 2 Konate mistakes. It's everything that we've seen. But for Manchester United, they've got fairly winnable fixtures now. They've beaten Liverpool. Look, Manchester United recently beat Chelsea, lost to Brentford. But they've beaten Liverpool. They play Brighton next. Yeah. I wonder, and I don't rate Amorim. I think he's out of his depth. But I have to say what I've seen. He got it right today. Yeah. He did really well today. His team fought for him. His team fought for the badge.
You wonder what?
If it's ever going to work for Amorim.
Okay. If that's the conversation, then, I mean, there's no result bigger to kickstart what could be an Amorim revolution. And I will say there were some good performers. I thought Mbeumo was good. I thought Cunha, although he's not scoring, he's working hard. Reminded me a bit of Firmino when he wasn't scoring, but he's still getting about and he's fighting, he's tussling.
Yeah. Also, we have to give Amorim the credit of the result on some level. When the team sheet came out, I think a lot of people went, why on earth is Maguire playing? Yeah. That's a wrong decision. That's a wrong inclusion. Ruben Amorim, effectively as a manager, you live and die by your decisions. You live and die by your personnel that you select. Ruben Amorim selected Maguire. That decision was completely vindicated when Maguire nods in the winner.
Yeah, 100%.
Sends that away end into raptures.
And it could have been so different. Isak had a... one thing I did think beforehand, that Isak's pace would be too much, and he was sent through beautifully. And I thought, this is where Maguire and De Ligt lacked, that little bit of pace. Yeah. And Isak didn't do enough. Obviously, goalkeeper saved it. Their goalkeeper had a good game as well. But Maguire understands the blood, guts and thunder of that fixture.
Yeah, he does.
He understands it maybe more so than anyone on that pitch.
He does.
He gets it.
There wasn't enough of that. Like, no. You know, at set pieces, I think Liverpool seem to have a vulnerability in set pieces anyway. Conceding, you're not particularly threatening, and you are vulnerable. But Maguire was effective in both boxes.
Yeah, he puts himself about. Yeah. We like to dig about those English centre-backs. I think Dan Burn gets a lot of that as well. They know what to do with that kind of fit. They know what to do in those type of games. And it's funny because Maguire, prior to that, got elbowed by Ekitike, nasty little elbow. And he's like, I'll show you. Yeah. And then he went back post and all of a sudden, look, there was 3 lined up back posts who could have scored. But you can't get to 1-1 at Anfield with 15 or 23 minutes to go, including injury time, and tell me Liverpool are not going to win. Yeah. It's a rare, and you certainly do not lose.
No, you don't.
You certainly do not lose.
Also, everybody from a neutral perspective, as soon as Liverpool got back into the game, I think everybody went Manchester United collapse here. So credit to Manchester United for not collapsing. But what happened to Liverpool? Like everything that we know about Liverpool, it's always been built upon resilience, desperation to win.
It's gone.
It's kind of
gone. The resilience is gone. And one thing that links all those 3 results, Crystal Palace, Chelsea and Man United, is what?
Going a goal down?
No, go on, think about it.
What links them? Set pieces?
Conceding in the last minute in every single one of them. We've conceded.
You've gone from injury time being your best friend to injury time being your worst enemy.
Conceded in literally the last kick of the game, and all 3 of them pretty much. We're conceding all the time late.
It's what you did early.
Yeah, it's what we did. Now it's happening to us.
It's what you did early in the season,
it's
isn't
happening
it?
to us. Like the concentration levels have gone. Completely gone.
Yeah, making bad decisions. Making really bad decisions. But from a Liverpool perspective, it makes no sense. From a Manchester United perspective, you kind of go, if it's ever going to work, it has to work now.
Yeah.
So this is it for Manchester United. This is it for Amorim. It needs to be the springboard. It needs to be the galvanising force. For Liverpool, we've got to work out how to put it right. Game in Europe, dare I say it, what needs to change? Is it Mohamed Salah in the starting lineup?
Yeah, he's got to look at that. And that's a brave... That's almost a managerial... I wouldn't say ending decision, but you get that wrong with Salah. Salah's bigger than Slot.
Like when Ruud Gullit dropped Alan Shearer.
It's exactly that. You drop Salah, you better have a right decision. And that right decision isn't fring pong on the right. You've got to do something a bit different. And they've got to win. You drop Salah and they lose, it's game over for you as a manager. I know he's got credit in the bank, but you can't drop the biggest, maybe the biggest Premier League player we've ever had.
Yeah,
that's a statement, but maybe you've got to get it right. But some people need to be looked at. Ekatike needs to start. I think we saw his energy when Verts. I think you saw his energy when he came on. His little movements, his little darting around, and he's got to decide who his right back is. Who's your right back? And he's got to decide if there's an Andy Robertson-Kirkes conversation here. Yeah. Like, do you play Robbo now? Do you say, Robbo, all right,
see, these are the big decisions from today. Like, focusing on this game today, it's just... Manchester United have gone to Anfield and won.
Massive.
Liverpool have lost 3 games in a row. Like, this is why football is just like in our veins, isn't it? It's like, I know that you're not a happy man today, but it is just truly amazing.
Mate, what happens if we lose 5 in a row? Honestly, no, serious question to you, because you've not got
you've
not got a dog in this. What happens if Liverpool lose 5 in a row? Does it not?
Not if it's Europe. Your next game in the league is an absolute must-win, no negotiation, nothing else is acceptable. I kind of think you have to win in Europe, but it isn't the jeopardy.
You know the thing with Klopp, even when it went bad, I think Liverpool fans and we knew the best 11, 100%. You knew what it was. So like, okay, we're going to revert to this because we're in trouble. We just need to get out of this. Yeah. He doesn't know his best 11.
No,
he hasn't got
needs to work it out fast because this result is so significant for everyone. In terms of who it's more significant for, if Liverpool, and at the beginning of this video I asked you, can Liverpool still win the league off the back of losing to Manchester United at home? You said yes. Yeah. I agree with you, by the way. Yeah. But it's going to have to be the end of the run. It's going to, it literally starts at Brentford. It needs to be one of those runs. Win the next 14 in a row.
And by the way, after Brentford, we've got
Man City. I just honestly can't believe it. And for Manchester United, best day under Amorim. I know they beat Man City, but this is something else, isn't it?
It is something else. And look, they've got about 4 or 5 that they can work with. I still think they've got a lot of holes. I still think they need a few. But if you're Amorim, you've got to look at Gullit and Maguire and think, okay, that's my centre-back partnership going forward. I know they're like the Lenny Euro, but that's the centre-back partnership going forward. The keeper's clearly better than Onana. And Bomo gives you so much energy. Cunha gives you so much fight. So if they can get Sesko running around and working.
Mason Mount played well.
Mason Mount played well. I forgot about Mason Mount. He played well,
really
didn't he?
Even the keeper looked
all right. About 50 minutes, Mason Mount was good.
Yeah, it's a great day. It's a great day.
Well, don't know about that.
It's a great day for Man United. Of course it is.
It's a great day for United.
And it's a really bad day at the office for Liverpool. I mean, it's just so much to get our teeth into, but we will leave it there. A big podcast between Addy and I will be out tomorrow. We'll be out early tomorrow. So make sure that you click subscribe on this channel. This video where we will delve deep into the ramifications of all of the Premier League games will be out early on the channel tomorrow. But for now, we will leave it there. Today belongs to Manchester United. Arne Slot needs to get it right. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a like. Please do click subscribe. And make sure that you click the link in the description below. You will find the link to Addy Oladipo's YouTube channel. There is loads of brilliant stuff going on over there. Ta-da.
Bye.